Hi guys, welcome back to August Love Story, the channel. I'm Artieka.
Tommy.
You gonna say your name?
Yeah.
And today we are reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 1, and it is titled Continue to Meltdown. Before we get started with today's episode review, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. Alright, so guess we'll start at the beginning. You missed this couple because you were making dinner.
Yes.
Brianna and Vincent. Brianna is 28 years old. She is an engineer. A couple of things that she said about herself is that she doesn't open up easily. She's not very affectionate. And her best friend clued us in a little bit about how stubborn she is because she kept referencing how Brianna was when they lived together.
Oh, yeah.
And there's obviously a reason that they don't live together anymore.
Obviously.
But they're still friends, so it can't be that bad.
Thing.
And then Vincent, we opened up with him telling his friends over food. I did not write down how old Vincent was, but I believe he's around the same age.
I think he's 27.
27?
Yeah.
Okay. He is an auto broker. He did clue us in a little bit about his life, that his dad wasn't around in his life, and so he wanted to make sure that he did things the right way.
Yeah.
And was around for his family, essentially. And he says that the reason that he broke up with his last girlfriend was because he wanted to start a business and he did not have a degree, and she wanted him to be more stable with a job, which I don't think Brianna mentioned anything about like you need to do this or you need to do that. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm hoping that she's not a person that is caught up in having a degree as part of your worth. Yeah. I don't think that she is, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Why'd you laugh?
Nah, because I just feel like you don't need to have a degree to be a solid choice for a husband.
Absolutely not. No, but I mean, when you think about it though, like a lot of people who have gone to college hold that at a high esteem. And it's like, I know a lot of people that are making a lot more money than a lot of people I know that have college degrees. Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
Let's see. Next up, we have Virginia and Erik. So, you came in on them. Erik is, I said 34, but he is actually 30.
No, he's 34.
He is 34.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking about somebody else. I'm thinking about Jacob. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Erik is 34 and he is a pilot, and he's also in the Air Force Reserves. He's divorced and has been divorced for 3 years at this point. And I'm not sure. I don't want to be quoted on this, but I think he is the first person. I didn't watch any of the specials.
Yeah, I think so. From all the ones that I've watched,
he's the first.
He's the first one that has been married before.
Right. And the reason I say, like, I think and all that, because people will definitely let us know in the comments, be like, you didn't watch the kickoff special. Right, they talked about it. I didn't.
We definitely didn't watch the kickoff special.
We're not going to at this point.
Yeah, like, doesn't make sense.
I just jumped in at episode uno. Then we have Virginia, who is going to be Erik's wife. Virginia is 26, and I don't know what Virginia does for a living. I don't think I wrote that down. But most of the time of us, with our initial introduction to Virginia, was focused on her essentially talking to her dad about
her getting married.
And why he's not liking how she's getting married, essentially. It kind of made me sad because I don't like to see... I felt like... Let me get this worded correctly. I always feel like when people's parents don't choose to be a part of the process, it's like they're putting a condition on their love.
Right. And that's one of the things I brought up too. I wrote in my notes was that her dad was like, "Well, can I still watch it on TV?" Like, bro, be a part of it, man. This is your child,
right?
So it doesn't matter if she's marrying a toad. You know what I'm saying? It matters if she's married to Toad, but it's like if she's in love with this Toad and she's going through with it and she wants you to be there, just be there.
Yeah, if it's nothing like illegal or harmful to her, just be a part of the process. Like, you don't have to be the Debbie Downer of the day that didn't show up to anything.
Right, just show up and say what, you can even say your piece. I'm not with it, but hey, I'm here.
No, even on my wedding day, I don't want to hear I'm not.
Like, I'm gonna tell you that before the wedding day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But on my wedding day, don't tell me anything about what you don't want to do, because it doesn't matter. It's not your day anymore.
Right, at that point, like at the day of the wedding, I'm happy to be here.
Unless I got married on your birthday. Don't tell me nothing about my wedding day.
Look, I'm happy to be here on your wedding day, but before that, like, I don't agree with it. Mm-hmm. If I don't agree with it, you know what I'm saying?
One of the things that also triggered me about her dad a little bit was that he asked if her mom was coming, as if she would get married and not invite her mom.
Hey, your mama gonna be there?
It's like my mama or your mama?
Right.
Because my mama's gonna be there. But he asked if he would be able to watch it on TV, and that was where I was done with her daddy.
Yeah. We did realize that what's her name, Virginia, is really, really centered around family, because growing up her family had split, and so family is a big thing for her, and it meant a lot for her that it meant a lot that her dad was talking like that, and so we can tell that her focus is going to be around creating a family and being family oriented. Also, although she likes to go out and have fun.
And we did find
out she is definitely a fun girl.
Next up we have Paige and Chris. Paige is 26 years old and she's a realtor. And I think I like Paige a little bit. Like, I don't feel a way about.
Yeah.
Okay, let me not say that. There are a couple of people that I just am like, how did they get chosen? Because I don't see the match there. But Paige isn't one of those people.
Yeah.
Her husband, on the other hand. Yeah. But Paige isn't a person that I have like oh my God, like, I don't think that Paige is the issue in her relationship. Yeah. When she sat down with her family, her brother, I don't remember what word choice you gave for her brother, but she was like, just be happy for her.
Right. Like, I wrote Debbie Downer.
That's what it was. That's what you said. Like, no, you didn't say that.
He gave all the negatives that you can possibly have when it comes to being married. Like, you would think if he was the one to describe marriage, nobody would ever get married.
But he's married too. That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, like, just be happy for her. Allow her to make those mistakes with nothing in the back of her mind saying that this could go wrong.
Well, I guess I feel a little differently from you, because he was being a realist with some of the things that she was saying. Because she was like, all he has to do is like be God-fearing, and what was the other one?
I don't know.
It was like God-fearing and something else. And he was like, well, what if he only makes $7 an hour? She's like, okay, that's a problem. He's like, but you didn't say that.
Right.
And I'm like, that's true. Like,
but I mean, like, he was still pointing out just all the things of being married. It's like, okay, we understand that, but I mean, she's going through this process. Allow her to go through that process, and then be there as a I don't want to say a guide, but as somebody she can come to and ask questions to.
And so I don't think that he's not going to do that. Like, but I do see him as hey, Paige, be realistic.
Yeah.
Like, don't lie to yourself and don't lie in front of these cameras. Like, let's have a real rational conversation about this.
I hear you.
You would not agree with X, Y, and Z, so stop lying and saying that you would. And I get it, because we make these grand, or we come up with these grand ideas and concepts about what marriage is, and it's not most of those things.
Yeah, that's why I rarely listen to the things that they're wanting. Mm-hmm. Like they'll say them, and then it'd be like, oh, okay, I see why they picked them together or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, it's like, you know, they kind of tell you like how they act, you know,
right.
and they have these practiced qualities in a person. Like,
it's
I rarely listen to
and
them.
I know you never watched this show, but I believe it was on when we were in college. Like when Chili had her little dating show.
Yeah,
she had like this long I didn't watch the show either.
No.
But she had this long laundry list of things, and then she never found a man, and it was just like, sis.
Shorten your list. It'd be like, what's your list? Breathing.
What's up?
We go from there.
I'm not going to say shorten it that much, but like some of the stuff that she was saying, I'm just like, you're not going to find that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know.
Yeah. That's too funny.
It is. Next up was, we didn't talk about her husband, Chris. Yeah. Chris is 27, a finance manager, and he's a restaurant owner. I'm wondering what restaurant he owns, because I ain't see anything about.
Yeah, they didn't talk about his restaurant.
Right. What is interesting is that in his initial like confessional scene where he was talking about what he wanted, he said he wants a freak, and he wants to have a maximum of 7 kids. He was also contradicting that by saying he was a previously ordained minister, and faith means so much to him. We did find out that he was previously homeless while living in Florida, and he's been engaged twice, so he's not afraid of the commitment to get married.
Yeah.
But he has not been married yet. And his last relationship ended 3 months ago, which also begs me to wonder, how long is this process?
I don't know.
Because did you immediately break up with her and was like, I'm going on Married at First Sight?
I don't know. Did you break up for Married at First Sight?
Exactly. Like those are questions that need to be asked. And apparently he has a family full of preachers, because we did find out that I believe his grandparents were both ministers, and then his pastor was there, and wasn't the other person like his brother that was at the house?
I'm not sure who the other guy was. I think it was a friend.
But they did definitely say that Miss Juanita, that was the grandmama, and the granddaddy were both ministers, and they got married super young at 16.
She was 16.
Yeah.
We don't know how old the granddad was. But the cool thing about it was they were very supportive. It was giving him advice as far as like be open, don't be closed-minded, and just being real supportive of his decision to do this and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's kind of cool to see that with your family and everything like that. So
I don't know. I mean, yes to that, but I don't know about Chris. But maybe he can prove me wrong.
Yeah, Chris got some peculiar wants.
Someone described Chris to me perfectly by saying that he wants to flaunt all of these things. This is someone that actually watched like the specials and stuff.
Yeah.
He wants to flaunt all of these things to be seen, and that is what he's equating his worth as.
Yeah.
And that's not what it is.
Right.
And also, it was also said that it appears that he is looking for like an Instagram relationship.
Right. That's what I said.
Yeah,
like,
I wasn't going to say it was you.
Instagram model. Like he's looking for an Instagram model as a wife, because he always brings up even when he got with the guys, what if she's not cute? You know, what if she's ugly? You know,
and ugly is such an ugly word, because a person can not be attractive to you, but that doesn't make them an ugly person.
Right, and that's the thing is that's why I say he's a bit challenging on this whole thing, just because on one end you're spiritual, you're Christian, you're strong in your belief, but then the other end you're afraid if your wife is ugly.
Right. She gotta be fine. She gotta be a freak.
Yeah.
But like, what are you?
Right.
Are you a prize?
Right. So it's you know, it's you got your things that you like and you got the things that you want, but it's just more so of the first thing. And he talked about this with his pastor. I don't know the pastor's name. Dwight. He talked about this with him. It was like, don't have sex with him. You know what I'm saying?
Which should be the thought process,
right,
as a previously Or do you lose your ordainedship?
I don't know. I just think you don't renew it. I don't know. I'm just making up. I'm just making up something. But you know, it's like, hey man, just come in this thing open minded. If she's not attractive to you, figure out other ways, because that's one thing his grandma said. She doesn't look like how she looked when she was 16.
Right. I don't either.
I don't either.
Like, if you still look how you look when you're 16, and, you know, I don't know how old grandma was, but I'm going to say she's at least in her 60s.
She's older than 16.
Right. I'm just saying at least 60s because she has a grown grandchild.
And at least she's older than, how old is Chris? 26?
Yeah.
27. So she's older than him. So, anyway.
I'm done with them.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Haley and Jacob. Haley is 28 and a sales rep, and she says she has not been in a relationship since she was 21. She is the real life version of 27 Dresses.
She is, which is a solid movie, by the way.
It is.
It's definitely a good movie.
She says she's been a bridesmaid at least 14 times, and she has a friend, Lauren, who looks very familiar, as if like she's been on reality TV before. Yeah. Doing something. So if y'all know where Lauren has been, or y'all gonna say it anyways, like I'll find it somewhere.
What if she hasn't been on?
I'm saying if she has, they're gonna say it. If she has, let us know. And then we have her husband Jacob, who is 38 and a senior IT programmer. I'm gonna be completely honest. When Jacob was going through and talking about himself, I zoned completely out.
Yeah, I had the same feeling about both of them, because I was like, I see why they picked them together, but it's like they're gonna be like their couple. Shoot. It's terrible.
I know who you're talking about. The one couple that we completely forgot about, and they made it, and we were like, "Oh yeah,
yeah, them too."
Because they recently bought a house on Couples Camp.
Right. So it's like we
still don't know their names.
Yeah, can't remember. That's how they're gonna be. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. So I don't know if they're gonna make it or not, but I did say I believe the age difference is gonna be the storyline or the issue.
Yeah, because she's 28 and he's
28
38.
And he's 38, and he's more so, I want to do this before I turn 40 and stuff like that.
He's ready to be married, settle down, and do whatever he's going to do. And I mean, granted, she's doing the same, but I think that a woman's settled down in her 20s is different from a man settled down in his 30s.
Yeah.
And I say that because we're looking to like still go out and do all the things that we were doing just with a spouse.
Yeah.
And he's like, you stay at home and make dinner and like have these babies.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna be the big one. But I don't feel like I'm gonna remember a lot from them.
We'll do our best.
Yeah,
I'll do my best.
I'm gonna try.
I can't talk for you. I'll do my best.
I'm gonna try my hardest, but you know.
We're going to have to get DVR this season too, because, man, let me tell y'all, we have a 16-month-old toddler, and every time we tried to hear what somebody was saying, she started playing with Elmo. So we missed a lot of this episode.
And then Elmo was in Spanish too. So.
Oh, yeah, so he just kept yelling, hola, and we were like, how do you turn this thing off? It was a lot.
Who's the next couple, man?
Last couple is Clara and Ryan. Clara is a 27-year-old flight attendant who is very talkative. That's all I got from her.
Yeah.
And Ryan is a 29-year-old project manager who described himself as very calculated and routine. Ryan was the person when they first released the pictures, I was like, is he black or is he spicy white? And he made sure to tell us that he was black.
He had to.
He did.
He had to, because that was the first question I had.
I was like, he has to be biracial.
Yeah, I was like, he's mixed. Gotta be. But he's a black man.
And then when his friends were sitting down and they were all white, I was like, okay, he's spicy white.
Right, exactly.
But then you knew who his brother was.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, he's black.
Right.
So yeah, I really like Ryan. Out of all the guys that we were introduced to, Ryan has been my favorite guy thus far.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have a favorite.
I don't have a favorite
far,
yet.
but like so far, like Ryan is just like a person that I felt like I would have a conversation with, and like I wouldn't walk away from the conversation once he started talking.
I'm going back to Clara because she was like, I don't have a lot of good luck with men. And she was like, she said something about somebody she dated. The guy paid her money to.
Oh, he offered her $100
to go out with
her best friend, and that was this year.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was like, what? Who does that? But she reminds me of, like, I watched a show on HBO called Flight Attendant. And she reminded just.
When do you watch this?
At night.
Do we live in the same house?
Yeah, we do, man. I just have it on and it catches my eye. But anyway, she reminds me of her. One thing that I found to be interesting, which is not anything about it, was Ryan told a story of like he dates white girls and him being a black man and him being out one time and somebody like an older black lady came up to them and was like, this not right.
Was it a black lady?
Yeah. You know, I just find it to be interesting and just want to point it out is that he you know, they paired him with a white woman to be married to, and nothing's wrong with it. I think it's fine and everything like that, but that's the first interracial couple that I remember.
So we got our first divorcee.
Possibly.
Perhaps. And then our first interracial couple.
Yeah. So.
Which I guess it automatically becomes interracial if you're biracial.
Yeah.
So. And I don't think we've had a biracial person, but.
But I think I'm gonna like this couple the most. Out of everybody, just because their thought, I guess when you've seen everybody else's thoughts, but you know.
Clara is also super vocal in her confessionals about everything and everybody.
She is. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but don't.
And then she was like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. I hate her. So Claire's at least going to give us like the laughs.
Yeah.
If nothing else. So the next thing that I wrote about was all the guys getting together and talking about deleting their apps and getting rid of old flames. I guess, I mean, I know you have to do that because obviously you're getting married this week or in 2 weeks from the time that the show starts filming. But when you go through that process of saying that I'm going to be in a relationship, you do have to purge yourself. But I guess once you find out that you've been matched, like, how do you go about telling the girl that you was texting at 2 o'clock in the morning you up? Because that happens.
I don't know. You just stop. You just be like, hey, I'm finna get married, so.
And then I would feel away, like, unless you actively told me you were going to be on Married at First Sight.
That's for me, that's what I would do.
You would say I'm going to be on Married at First Sight.
Like, I would, like, I applied. Like, that would be a conversation that we would have, like, when I go for it or whatnot. But I would stop dating people anyway. I wouldn't still continue to date people until I know.
It's like a flashback to Ready to Love when the old girl showed up 5 months pregnant.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? Why be here? But now, so the guys went to a bar. I don't know what bar it was, but they all met up with each other.
We got to do a better job of finding like what places
it is,
because we could actually frequent those places.
Yeah, but it's COVID. But
I'm not talking about that.
But say they all went together and got all together. The guys, Chris, had questions, and the big question was what if she's ugly? And the guys pretty much was like, hey, bro, you know, it's not about beauty, it's about, you know, her character. Which, I mean, that's a real question. That's a real.
But that is a Family Feud good answer. Hand
right,
clap.
right. It definitely is. But it's a solid, real question. But I still feel like, you know, he's wanting that type of Instagram model. She's a 9, she's a 10, got everything, and then, you know, all these characteristics of a superficial woman, and not a realistic woman. The girls got together and they went to some shop and they was drinking and
mimosas.
And I felt like the biggest question that they had was all about sex.
Yeah.
And I was like, most of the time they don't talk about sex like this. They always ask, are you gonna have sex on the first night? Most of the girls say no, but it seemed like these girls was like, yeah, if it's there, it's there. You know, we're gonna do it if it presents itself.
I guess also this is the season that happened like during COVID. Like COVID happened to the last season, but this season is probably like people that weren't talking to whomever they might have been fornicating with because COVID. Like you try to I won't say you try to social distance, but it's like in the very beginning it was just like shut down, don't see anybody.
Right.
And then when things start opening back up, you're like, I don't really want to talk to him anymore. So I mean, maybe it's just a group of sexually frustrated women. I don't know.
Maybe.
The next thing I wrote about was Chris sitting down with his pastor and talking about his reservations with getting married. And they were talking about basically sex being able to cloud your judgment in a relationship. And the pastor reiterated for the second or third time to Chris. People specifically saying this to Chris. You need to close the door on your previous relationships or whatever you got going on before you embark on this journey. And some kind of way I don't feel like he's going to take heed to this because it keeps getting reiterated and it hasn't been edited out. Right.
That's it. And that's another thing too. It's like, so what's up with his old flings? Like what happens? Because that would be something that nobody else was told to do that like that.
No, and I mean, it's not to say that the other guys won't have previous relationships.
They talked about it.
Right, doesn't mean that they won't have them, but it's like people are almost beating Chris over the head with that information.
Like, get it through your head.
And it's like, has Chris had issues with that in the past? Is that really the reason that these engagements broke off? Like, when you start looking at it in those, like, under that context or that lens, it's like, maybe you weren't supposed to do this. So the next thing that we see, the girls met up a second time, I guess. I don't know if it was the same meeting, but they got up and talked about lingerie, which was still sex
Somebody
talk.
gave the gift out of lingerie.
Clara.
Yeah.
Clara gave everybody lingerie, and then they traded, which I was like, you passing out lingerie, but you don't know anybody's size. And like, especially bras are not like one size fits anywhere near most. So it was like they were trading stuff like, girl, I can't fit this. Can you fit this? So I don't even think
they probably had the receipts to go take it back to get the right size or something. I don't know.
Production asking for their sizes.
Okay.
So next up was everyone going and picking out their dress and their tuxedos, which I thought was very interesting. Because this is the first time I've thought about it in this regard. The bride gets to pick the bridesmaids' dress colors, but the groomsmen are just picking out tuxedo colors. And these guys are not necessarily going for just like a plain color. Like, I remember Ryan and I want to say it was Vincent both had on blue. No, Vincent's was blue, but it had like these swirls in the fabric or whatever it was in the fabric. But how do they match them up, or do they like give them a set?
Yeah, they probably give them a set of colors that, hey, you can go from this color to this color or whatnot.
So Brianna picked a simple dress. Vincent picked I'm gonna kill him with this jacket. Virginia was who I wanted to talk about with the dress shopping. She was really sad that her family wasn't there to take part in that. And I understand that, like, I didn't dress shop with my bridesmaids so that I could do it with my mom. Because only one of my bridesmaids lived in the same city as me. All of them were pretty much in other states, or at least other cities in the same state, even if they weren't in the same state with me. But my cousin and my mom and I got together to pick out a dress, and I know what it's like to be able to have, like, I wanted to be able to have that moment with my mom because I am her only daughter. So just like looking in it in those regards, I know it had to have been hard for her to go into it with just her friends, hoping, like wishing for her parents to be able to be there. And then her stepmom slipped in while she was putting on her dress, and like she just started crying, and I was like, that made me feel like warm and fuzzy inside, because like, it's not, I don't have a stepmom, but I have a stepdad, and my stepdad is my dad.
Yeah.
And so like, if my stepdad had shown up to something that I thought nobody was gonna be at, like I probably would start crying too. So, you know. Yeah. Like, I thought that was pretty cool of her to show up.
Nah, that definitely was cool.
I wrote nothing about Erik. I'm sorry, Erik. I'm gonna do better.
Yeah, like I didn't write anything about the dress shopping and the tuxedo shopping. They went. That's pretty much what I got for you. This episode was long too. It was 3 hours.
Oh my gosh, it was so long.
I was like, goodness gracious.
It was so long, and then we couldn't get the baby to go to sleep.
Yeah, but we made it to the Bachelor and Bachelorette party.
And that's where I stopped taking notes.
The first thing I asked was, did everybody get a COVID test? And I was like, they had to.
They had to. Production pays for that type of stuff.
I was like, Virginia got wasted and she threw up.
She did.
We saw that coming. You actually said that.
I called it, and then I was like, she's gonna throw. I was looking at her eyes in her confessional, and I was like, she's gonna throw up.
Oh, she was.
And then the very next scene, she was in the bathroom throwing up.
She was smashed in her confessional. And you could tell everybody started to get loose because the conversation just kept going. You know, it started flowing a lot smoother for the girls. For the guys, Chris came late with a blow up doll.
Yeah, and the guys are already over Chris too.
Yeah, like they can't really put their finger on it. Like,
so it's not
I don't know what
me.
It is.
Maybe he's gonna be the Brett of their season.
Maybe. Hope not, but maybe. You told me to write this down. Vincent, like, if it was you, I would be like, hell yeah.
Oh, the stripper.
About?
Oh. So the stripper was like, are you the groom? And he was like, yeah. He was like, but I don't know who my bride is. Like, I'm going to find out tomorrow when I marry her. She was like, what if it was me? What if I was your bride? He was like, I would be like, hell yeah. I was like, okay, Vincent, you're drunk too.
This is drunk.
Go sit down.
But no, like, so the bachelor party, and it always you can tell, like, each season it gets bigger and bigger. Like, as far as, like, because at one point the bachelor parties were separate. Like, you have 5 different bachelor parties. And then now, so they all celebrate the bachelor party together. Last year it was at a house. This year is at a venue with strippers in cages and stuff. So, you know, it's a small party, so it's getting bigger and bigger. You know, they all still talking about the things that they're afraid of, and their bachelor parties and bachelorette parties was a day before the wedding.
I don't advise.
Yeah, we put a day in between our bachelor and bachelorette
and we
parties.
had to.
And we definitely had to.
Somebody got drunk and couldn't function the next day.
I just needed 45 minutes of nobody messing with me.
You needed more. You took like a 3-hour nap
nah,
when you got back to the house.
Man.
Anywho, you know what? We're gonna do a story time one day about your bachelor party and how you almost wasn't getting married the next day.
Man, we was definitely getting married.
Our officiant probably mailed off our paper before the
spent way too much
ceremony.
Right, way too much money spent. Anyway, so we make it past the bachelor and bachelorette party, make it to wedding day. Pretty much everybody was like getting up from the the party before, and making it to the hotel venue, and you know, started to get dressed. The first couple to get married was Ryan and Clara.
Mm-hmm.
That's her name.
Mm-hmm.
They sent each other gifts. Clara's gift to Ryan was tequila, her favorite tequila, and
smearing off ice. He said, "You got iced."
He did. I didn't understand it.
I get it.
Yeah,
but
she made him some shot glasses too. So he took it. It was funny because he got on one knee and just chugged the. It was a Smirnoff.
Yeah.
He just chugged the juice.
That's what the "you got iced" is.
Yeah, I got it
like,
now.
No, I'm saying that's what it is.
Oh.
It's like chugging it. You got iced because it's smearing off ice. You went over your head.
Oh yeah, definitely did. Oh, okay, all right, yeah. And he wrote her a letter.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue what was in this letter, but it definitely made her tear up and got her excited to be marrying him.
The funny thing about them is that when she was talking about what she pictured him looking like, and she was like, yeah, I imagine him being racially ambiguous. And I was like, spicy white. Except for he's really black.
They picked that perfectly.
Right, that was perfect. Like, she got in her, like, the guy that she was imagining is who she saw at the ending of the aisle. Because I guess, I don't know if it was a basket or whatever. He gave her a note. Ryan gave Clara a note, and the producer had to explain it to her outside of the note, but it was 2 blindfolds. Yeah. And hers said bride, of course, his said groom, and he wanted them to wear them so that they didn't see each other as she was walking down the aisle. Right. But they got to actually, like, take off their blindfolds, and they had the maid of honor and the best man take off the blindfolds. His brother's like, 1, 2, 3, and I was like, Tommy would have been annoying because he would have been like, 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah,
I sure would have. But I thought it was a cool idea, man, just because it gives them an opportunity to actually hold each other and touch each other first and get a feeling for each other.
It just felt so long.
It definitely felt long, and it was probably.
I was like,
it's like, okay, 1, 2, 3.
Officiate, wrap it up.
They held each other for a very long time.
I guess that's intimate.
Yeah, but that ended the episode right there. And then they went to next week's and the other weddings.
I hope next week is not 3 hours long.
Yeah, I hope it's just 2 hours.
Be the regular 2 hours is too long in general. But let it just be the regular 2-hour episode, and we can get through these weddings and through these receptions, because I am interested to see Paige and Chris and what he thinks of Paige, because Paige is a attractive girl. Yeah. But I don't know what kind of baddie Chris is looking for. Right. Because he looking for a baddie.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is. What's your predictions? Let's go ahead and get them out the way.
Okay, I have to look at the names to give them out. Hold on. I closed out my message. All right, so we have Brianna and Vincent. I
say yes.
I'm gonna say yes to them. We got Virginia and Erik.
I'm gonna say yeah to them.
Yeah, because he wants to be married and she's wanting the family, so
they'll
be willing to work.
Right.
Paige and Chris, no. Haley and Jacob, I'm gonna say no to that one too.
Yeah, I think the age is gonna, like, they ain't gonna be able to get past that.
Yeah, man, I got other issues too, but that's my personal stuff. And then Clara and Ryan, I'm gonna say are a yes.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we have 3 yeses. And I mean, it would be great if everybody could stay together, but we know that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But like, I am without a doubt rooting for Clara and Ryan as well as Brianna and Vincent.
Yep.
And who was it, Erik and Virginia? Like, I think that they could make it work. So
yeah.
No, it is.
So we shall see.
Yeah.
At the end of
we'll
the
do
season.
Was it like 16 episodes most of the time?
Yeah, something.
So we'll do like a mid-season prediction.
Yeah.
So we'll do around episode 8, and then of course we'll see what happens on decision day.
Right.
I'm excited to have this show back. Like, we tried this Ready to Love and put a ring on it, and those were
I enjoyed it.
They were interesting, but they weren't grabbing me like Married at First Sight grabs me week by week by week.
So, but I enjoyed them both. So.
All right. Well, you got anything else?
No, 3Amp Media, if you guys get a chance, go over to 3Amp Media Studios page and check out our new show, Let's Discuss. And then...
it's up?
No, not yet, but it's coming up.
Okay.
So it'll be up by the time...
News to me.
It'll be up by the time this is up. So, you guys get a chance, check out our new show on 3Amp Media Studios.
And 3Amp Media Studios, the channel page is linked in our channel. So if you go to our YouTube homepage and just scroll across the channels, you'll see it tagged below. Let's Discuss is basically
the group text message that we have. And we're talking about so many different topics. So we got the first episode up. And then also Speaker Geekers podcast is on that channel too. So you guys get a chance, check both of those out on that channel. And that's all I got.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, thank you guys so much for watching today. Please subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notification bell. Comment down below with your predictions. I am so interested to hear what everybody has to say. My cousin is the person that texts me all the time about this, and she hasn't watched this episode yet, but she watched the previous specials, and she's already got her favorites, and she's already got her people that she does not like, and we're kind of one and the same on those people. Comment down below. Let us know what you guys thought of today's episode or yesterday's episode, because this will come out the next day. Like this video. I said turn on the notification bell. And subscribe to the channel. And follow us on social media. All of our links are listed down below in the description box.
Yeah. And share it too. Share the video too.
Somebody, watches Married at First Sight, because apparently it has been a stay-at-home order fave.
Yeah. So there it is.
All right. Well, that's it.
All right, guys. Peace.
Bye.